5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two white Muslims.
Go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
Wa barakatuh.
My name's Junaid Rahim,
And my name's Muhammad Yusuf Bashforth.
and affectionately we're known as
The two white Muslims. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. Put your headphones on, Junaid. Come on.
Done.
Come on. You invite your colleagues in here and you put the slider up and say Assalamu alaikum and just stare blankly.
I'll just stare blankly. It's almost like you'd written it down on a piece of paper and put it in front of me.
Absolutely.
That has exactly the
That
same
just
effect.
makes your brain stop.
The
doesn't
same
it?
effect. I have to say, we shouldn't start about me. I'm feeling fantastic. How are you feeling?
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah. And we've got a fair amount in store for our listeners this
We've
evening.
got a fantastic show ahead of us. My goodness.
Inshallah.
Did you hear about the man with two left feet?
Go on.
Put a pair of flip-flips.
Flip.
Sorry.
Do you know, we've just been descended upon
It's incredible.
by a guest out of nowhere.
But it's incredible.
And I honestly, I feel so honoured.
I'm the same.
flattered.
I'm actually. I'm tingling
I
with
can't
excitement.
believe that this guy has chosen to come into our show here.
Brilliant.
I mean, this is a superstar by our standards.
And uber kind for you to
Lovely,
stop in on the way past is brilliant.
Do you know what a guy?
It was a little dark and dingy in here, and all of a sudden, all the lights have gone up, and it's incredible. It's amazing.
Talk
I can
about
feel
a man
the Noor.
lighting up the room.
The Noor. It's absolutely
Absolutely.
incredible. So it's a pleasure.
Amazing. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
so much for
joining
coming.
us.
You're very welcome.
We are joined by Hussain Manawar.
Yeah.
Forgive me,
you got it
I'm
right,
just
you got
checking
it
my
right.
pronunciation. This is incredible.
Manawar. Yeah, you got it right.
And we're joined here with at short notice, but we are thrilled. You know, it's one of those things where even if you get the opportunity to prepare, it's like, well, there's so much to go through. This is incredible. So, if you don't mind me asking, can I first of all ask you? So, what brings you to this neck of the woods?
I'm in Manchester to see my friend Assad, who's there in the room with me, and I've got a bit of work I'm doing over the next few days with a few corporate companies. Nothing too exciting, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'm just here, and I love Manchester. It's like if I could live anywhere else, I'd live in Manchester.
Brilliant.
Oh, just say that again, please.
Yeah.
100%. I love it here. I think it's sick.
We'll be going back and cutting that as a soundbite, and that'll be linking through to every show. Look what it says. Look what it says. Incredible. So you just up here for a little bit of work?
Yeah, I'm here till Wednesday, and then I go back. Obviously, it's Ramadan as well, and
Yeah.
I don't like travelling during this holy month.
Yeah.
And you know what's actually so weird? Like, I'm not even going to make this emotional, yeah, but today's my mum's birthday, right? And
Wow.
it's her first birthday since she's passed away. So,
Okay.
so my mum passed away last year on the day of Hajj.
Wow.
And
My
imagine
goodness.
this year, she was doing her wuzu.
No.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And she passed away instantly. And today's her birthday, and I'm away from home in Manchester. And as I was coming up here, I put on Instagram, I'm gonna be in Manchester. And my friend messaged me and was just like, yo, you need to go on this radio show. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to do no press or promo, as they call it, but something told me to reach out, and here we are.
Oh, we're so pleased that you did. It's like, I mean, as my brother used to say, it's an honour. But it's just great to have you in the studio.
An honour to meet both of you as well.
We're exploring some of your work, and you're an inspiration. The things that you've managed to do, the things that you've managed to achieve, and just. It's just the way that you put things out there, the positivity and the way that you put things across. Alhamdulillah. Again, do you mind me asking, what's your drive there?
I think growing up as like a Pakistani person, you know what as well is really funny, brothers Yusuf and Junaid, I never talk about my culture, I never talk about my religion, I never talk about
we do.
Yes, yeah.
I never do it because I just feel like it's not something I need to do. I feel like my face says it, my name says it, and people like, we live in a world where as soon as instantly you hear the word Muslim, it's been tarnished so badly. You automatically assume, you hear Pakistani, and then you think all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So I feel like the work I do has to have such an impact where it hits the heart rather than the head.
Brilliant.
Because we all share the same heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if you go into someone's heart, they don't look at anything else, but as they only just think of how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So That's what I try to focus to do. And then you hear, oh yeah, he's Muslim. Oh yeah, he's from Ilford. Oh yeah, like, oh, he likes chicken and chips or whatever. Like, and that's all secondary. That doesn't matter anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of the message you're putting out there. Like, I campaign a lot for mental health and the refugee crisis, and I speak on a lot of issues that are considered taboo.
Yeah, and hold a world record.
Yeah, set a Guinness World Record last year.
Go on, and that was for
the world's largest mental health lesson.
Wow.
So growing up in a Pakistani household, mental health is a taboo subject.
Oh, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah.
And
surely it's gin.
It's gin or like.
You need to. Oh goodness.
And not only that, but even like the way the community has stigmatized divorce.
Yeah,
it's such a big deal. Like, there's so many things in like I see on a day-to-day basis that really, really upset me.
Yeah.
Even going down to like people battling their sexuality, and as brave as they would be to say something out loud, they would get shunned and pushed to the side, and people don't embrace people for people and don't look to help or don't look to like aid somebody. We're just quick to shove them away. So I was like, yo, mental health isn't discussed in the school syllabus, and I'm not going to sit here wait for the government to do it. Like, I have a nephew, I have a niece. I want them to grow up in a society where they're taught beauty is what they look like. Yeah. And that's why mental health is on the agenda for me. Like, I watch TV, I'm a hairy guy. Yeah. I watch TV a lot, and adverts pop up like hair removal cream for men, embrace your lighter beauty, that skin bleaching products. Like, where I'm from, people are dark skinned and we're hairy. You will come to, like you don't see that. You don't see that.
Absolutely.
Though. I don't see no one on TV that's looking like me.
I tell a story that my wife. I hardly.
Do you want to go here?
I hardly going to do this.
You got a hairy
because
back.
if she's listening, I am shocked.
You are in trouble. You are in trouble. I know where he's going with this.
She said of herself one day, she's like a coconut.
Mm.
Yeah, it's brown on the outside, white on the inside.
Wow.
And I said, no, love. You are like a coconut in that you're brown on the outside and covered in coarse hair.
Oh, you're in so much trouble. You're in so much trouble. No, you're in so much trouble. But these are the truths.
Yeah,
these are the truths. And as you say, to be judged.
Do you know people that go into tanning salons to become brown?
Me.
But they spend fortunes on this.
But it's because it's what we're told looks nice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You tell somebody that, I can cure something for you. People will travel across the world to get it done.
Extraordinary.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I just want. Like if we look at it like religiously, like, I'm not even wanting to talk about, but our bodies don't even belong to us.
Absolutely, it's just a vessel.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
we're on borrowed
time.
Yes,
we're on
borrowed flesh.
Yes, absolutely. Look after it. You've only got it for a short period of time, and it's got to carry you to that ultimate resting place. My goodness.
Yeah. So,
but it's so true, and this is across all communities where people are raised and brought up to act a certain way and look a certain way, and it's always the differences, because that's where the money is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So as Yusuf's saying, in the traditional British heritage, it's anything you can do to be tanned, and in the traditional Pakistani British heritage, it's anything you can do to be the opposite of that, which is extraordinary.
Don't go out; it's sunny.
One of my friends, Shadira, said to me, "It's cheaper to love yourself."
Yeah, that is a brilliant quote.
And when she said that, I was like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, love it.
So true.
Love it.
So true.
I am Captain Cliche. I learn these things. These things land, and I live my life by them then. That's in there now. That's in there, and I'll be using that all over the place. It's so true. It is so true. You think about all these people paying an absolute fortune just to tweak or change themselves. Think about what they could use that money for.
Yeah.
Think about what else they could use that money for, where else it could be placed in society to help.
True.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. So the mental health, how did you get the world record there?
So I partnered with King's College London and Samaritans, a mental health charity. I'm just an individual. Yeah, I'm just a boy who writes poems in his bedroom. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me to partner with these big, huge organisations is such a big deal. And then I partnered with them and I said, listen, I want to do this. Do you want to do it with me? And they said, yeah. So we got 20 schools, 530 young people, held it in Hackney in East London and set the world record. So taught young people about depression, anxiety, suicide, the effects of suicide, and not only like to yourself, but the implications that will have in your family, marijuana, that. and then how to ask for
Paranoia
help.
that brings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like we had such a beautiful blend of like the professor was a dame, Professor Dame Till Wykes, and then I think when people see me speak alongside her, they see that I understand the cultural sensitivity of what a subject like this would have.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying go home straight away and tell your mum that you're depressed, especially if your family come from, like my family comes from a village.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like we were shoemakers.
Right.
So I cannot expect certain members to understand schizophrenia.
Yeah.
I can't, because they don't even know when their birthdays are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I can't expect them, but what I can expect is for the young people who are learning about Pythagoras' theorem to also learn about anxiety, panic attacks, post-traumatic stress disorder, trauma, and how we deal with these things. Because then you'll then spot signs and be like, you know what? Maybe my aunt went through that when she went through that turbulent relationship.
Where were you when I was at college?
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
No, I'm just trying, man. I'm just trying.
But you're saying it's a taboo within certain elements of society. Go back to our youth; it was a taboo. Nobody talked about it because it didn't exist.
Yeah, but you know what? As well, I feel like the older generation of like British Asians and have done such an incredible job in raising us.
Yes.
So like, I'm Pakistani. Like the generation before mine built some incredible mosques.
Yes.
Yeah.
My generation ain't going to be able to build that. You know what I'm saying? We care about stupid things.
Yes.
They were people that were brought in to do jobs that let's face it, we needed. We
didn't have the workforce. It was after the World War.
We needed people to come. We invited people from countries that had high Muslim populations, and that's how Islam, in the main, came into this country. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I'm so happy that happened. And what these people did, first of all, is created infrastructure, and they did an amazing job.
Incredible,
Now you don't have to travel far to get to a masjid. You don't have to travel far to get halal meat. You don't have
to get meat provisions,
to get advice. And they've created infrastructure that it would take us. Can you imagine us kids doing that?
Imagine you say we wouldn't.
Listen,
we just wouldn't.
When it comes to like, we're not the best example, but we can always just strive to be. But I just think, the generation before us did so much for us. We have to do it back for them now. And like we're growing up, and our parents are feeling detached from us once our ambitions outgrow theirs, and that does no way mean we're smarter than them, because they worked harder than us. We might work a little bit smarter than they did, but that's only because of the positions they've given us.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
Standing
if they never broke through the doors and took the bows and arrows that were fired at them, we wouldn't have been able to walk through happily.
Absolutely.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like us young youths don't really get.
Assalamu alaikum.
We get told off for coming back into the room laughing,
but it happens all the time.
Get told off. You're laughing too much, lads.
You're laughing too much.
And I'm thinking,
you're not allowed to have this much fun.
You can't laugh too much. Come
That's
on.
not possible.
What's the alternative?
Goodness.
Just sit here miserable.
Extraordinary. One of the things that we talked about just off mic there was basically, if you like, about. We say this so often, don't we? We were saying it this morning. In our past lives, you know what I mean? There was a big thing about coincidence. You go, that's a coincidence. This is a coincidence, and then all of a sudden you convert to Islam, and the truth literally unfolds in front of you. There's no such thing as coincidence. It's a plan. You meet people for a reason. People are placed in front of you. Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his infinite mercy and wisdom, places people with you at the right time for the right reason, and it's extraordinary what you were just saying. Yes, absolutely.
It's true.
Could you tell us a little bit about the work that you've done previously?
So I'm 27 now. Just for anyone listening, if you want to follow me on social media, it's Hussein's House on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm 27. I campaign for mental health. I'm a poet. I'm signed to Universal Music. I ran with the Olympic torch. I've climbed loads of different mountains, and this year's an exciting year, or it's the first year without my mum, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think there's light in the darkness of the conversation of death once you're content with your religion and your relationship with God. And I'm getting an honorary fellowship from King's College, the youngest person to ever get one.
Congratulations.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu. So my name will be next to his.
Wow. Congratulations.
So,
that is such an achievement. Mashallah, that is incredible.
I've
well
got
done.
a lot of dreams. And this year I'm also doing, you lot need to come to this, I'm doing the UK's largest mental health festival on the 5th of July. You have to come.
Let us know the day. We will
yeah,
put that in our note. That would be absolutely. It would be an honour to join you. That would be brilliant.
But yeah, I do a lot of work. But it's I think and I've been able to travel the world, and I faced many challenges. And when I face these things, it's interesting as to where they come from. I think that's the most interesting thing.
Yes, yeah.
About challenges.
Yeah, because I mean, with anything that you do in life, life's a series of choices.
Yeah.
We choose our attitude, we choose the things that we do, we choose the roles that we play in this life. So many times people make the choice not to do it because they fear the backlash, they fear what's going to come at them.
Yeah.
What kind of things have you faced?
Well, I mean, I get stopped in a lot of airports. Yeah, that's just a standard thing, really. But that's not the hard thing. Like, I still get stopped and searched by the police. Like, that's not the hard thing. The hardest thing is when you're reading your comments and they're given to you by people that look like you. So all this negative abuse is coming from people that look like me. And I'm like, wow, the fact that you have the data to waste.
There's only so many ones and zeros.
You got the data to waste in attacking somebody like me.
Yeah.
When we're already a marginalised community in this country. I can't understand what benefit you think you're doing to your own society.
Yeah, or what drives them.
Yeah, but I just learned to detach myself from it and just realise that it's everyone else's own insecurities being reflected back onto them via coming to me. But it's interesting, and it's very, like I was saying to you off air just that it's quite sad that the majority of the people that have come on my journey and entered my life are not Muslim. Like the majority of people I would consider family to me are not Muslim. Yeah. But no, I have a lot of Muslim friends. I have my day one friends. Like they can't help me where I'm at right now. Like they have other jobs, they have lives, they have families, they have Mendis and Valimas to go to, so they're busy. But like the people that have entered my life and are helping me to like world record level, global like platforms and stuff are not Muslim. And it just goes to show me like, wow, I can tour the world and do all of this, but come back to the ends and get grief from above at the traffic lights. Wow. And I'm like, why are you angry?
And you're out there touching the hearts of the world.
Do you know what I'm saying? Trying to
spreading positivity.
Yeah. It used to upset me, but now it doesn't anymore. Yeah. But that's why I've also made a big decision to not leave Ilford, where I'm from. I'm staying there because I feel like the youth need to see me and be like, they need to see me every day and think, if he can do it, if I see him in Ilford one day, the next minute on Instagram he's at Prince Charles's house, I can do it. There's no difference between any of us. Yeah, that's right. You just got to get on with it. But it's just a bit hurtful when
the difference is attitude.
Yeah.
You've got the right kind of attitude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they've got the wrong kind of attitude.
Yeah.
You know, this religion's been maligned. It's been misunderstood. It's been misrepresented. It's been ripped apart by mainstream media. People have got the wrong impression about what this faith is and what Muslims are. And if you're out there trying to portray Islam and Muslims in a positive way, then you carry on doing that.
Absolutely.
Don't listen to the haters. Accept the haters. We're in the world of social media. Some people like what we do. Some people don't like what we do. I don't mind either way. And if somebody chooses to contact me and say, I love what you do, I'll say, thank you, brother, thank you, sister. Nice of you to comment. And if somebody chooses to contact me and say, I hate you for what you do, I say, love you too, my brother or my sister.
Thank you
for your comment.
Do you know what it is, though? I just feel like...
Love me, hate me.
I know, I get what you're saying completely, but if we was to look at, not even just like Muslims here, the women of Asian culture, some live such bad lives within their homes. Domestic violence is such a big thing in my culture, and the women are not allowed to speak about it. She's not allowed to get a divorce. That's her role. She stepped out of line. She thinks she's too modern. How dare we? Like, what kind of men are we if we're not even standing up for the women that are suffering in our homes? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
And we've said this time and time that the kind of the way that religion and culture has intermeshed to where some people don't actually know the difference and will use one to justify another. Yeah. Extraordinary. And when you separate those two, if we can eradicate all of those problems, all those issues, what you're left with is beauty.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
people just need to take a step back, man. It's not that deep, man. Just focus on yourself. Like, build that intimate relationship between you and God, and let everyone live their life the way they want to live it.
What we've said repeatedly, time after time, and I will always say this, is to understand this religion is important. Yeah. So in a lot of cases, I encounter people who say, "Oh yeah, I read the Quran. I read it all the time in Arabic. I read it. It's beautiful." They don't understand the first word of it. So I say to people, in the first instance, get a copy of the Quran in the language that you best understand and read it, because it is the most amazing read. It is the most amazing book, because this is our rule book given to us by our creator. Why wouldn't you want to know what that means?
You know what,
SubhanAllah.
I've got an interesting story for you. Like, I've questioned my religion many of times, and I've gone through some very, very dark stages of life, and I would sit there and question as to why these like battles have been gifted to me. So I began to question everything. Why am I facing the Kaaba? Why do I have to pray 5 times a day? Why am I reading in Arabic? Why is Saudi Arabia the Holy Land? Why is this? Why is that? And only when I started questioning everything, I began to understand it. And that's the key. Like, a lot of us don't understand. We're forced to believe something, but it's important, I think, once you reach a certain age, to not just be like, I'm doing it because my mum and dad told me to do it, but understand what it is you're doing.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And only then did I fall in love again with my religion, once I reintroduced it back to myself.
Yeah.
And the maddest thing, right, like, and some people might say this is a coincidence. It clearly was, but I believe it was a sign. So I'm a poet. I write poetry. That's what I do for a living. And it's what's been able to make me.
And if I might say, it is brilliant. I've been listening to some this afternoon and watching some YouTube clips, and I'm just thinking, this kid's a genius.
Thank you.
Next level.
I'll perform something in a minute.
I didn't want to put you on the spot. There's nothing worse.
My brothers. So imagine this. I picked up the Quran in English, and I said, and I was sitting in my bedroom, and I said, you know what? I did my wuzu, I prayed Isha, and I said, God, if it's real, like, give me a sign. Just give me a, like, I need to know. I've lost my mum. I'm mad. I'm angry. Like, anyway, I opened the Quran, and the chapter I opened it to, the spara was called The Poet.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, wow. It scared me.
I was going to say, because we said earlier, we no longer believe in coincidence. There's a path. There's hints and tips.
And out of 1 out of 30 spotted, my likelihood of getting that was 1 out of 30.
Wow.
And that's what it was. So I think my advice to a lot of people listening would be, use this month as a month of learning. Because only once we learn, you will really, really understand Tawakkal, God's plan, which is actually Drake's latest song, which is called God's Plan. So sometimes I even feel like some of the world's most prolific people who aren't Muslim may study something that they don't believe.
Absolutely.
Because the answers are there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Time after time we've said exactly the same things. I used to be big into, the business books and Anthony Robbins and Jim Rohn, all these different Zig Ziglar and all these business writers, motivational, Napoleon Hill. And when I then converted to Islam and disseminated their work and compared it to the true meaning of Islam, it's the same thing. They're basically preaching the Quran, whether they know it or they don't. It's extraordinary. We were, Brother Yusuf very kindly brought in a segment from, there was a wedding this weekend. It was quite a big one. It was quite a large wedding this weekend. And
do you know, I didn't go.
I know.
Couldn't face the journey.
We were saying, there was two spare seats. It was Yusuf who just couldn't be. We joke. What an amazing spectacle. But Meghan Markle had brought across a preacher. From America. And alhamdulillah, the message that he gave across, that God is love and love will solve everything.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
People underestimate the power of love.
And he's not Muslim, but when you listen to the words, he's basically preaching Islam. It is incredible.
Meghan, I've done an event with her before, and she came over to me at the show backstage and was like, I'm really proud of the work you're doing. And we spoke for quite a while. Very lovely woman.
Wow.
And I think what Harry and her are doing and have done for many people in society is an incredible thing. Even though I don't agree with how much money was spent on the wedding, it's another conversation, but I think it was good.
You hear that, listeners? We are in the company of a great man.
Absolutely.
I mean, who else in this room can name drop Meghan Markle, the most talked about and celebrated woman on the planet, bar none, at this moment?
Absolutely. Wow. And to have that feedback from her as well, that she recognises the contribution that you're making to society.
It was good. This was before her and Harry were announced as well.
Wow.
So it was a little while. It was about 2-3 years ago now.
Alhamdulillah.
So you're saying that you've experienced challenges with some of the feedback and backlash that you've had, kind of being a little bit upsetting, but something that you've managed to create the fortitude within yourself to set to one side.
And it does, don't get it twisted, it don't just come from Asians. White people love banter too.
Oh, absolutely.
They love coming
at me. My goodness.
Like, they love it. Yeah, black people love it too. Everyone loves to throw a dig and see if you can handle it. It's fine.
Absolutely.
But it makes me think, wow, this is kind of like my career, so I can begin to understand it. But if I wasn't from this field and I was just like my sister, she wears a headscarf, works in a hospital, people were saying they refusing her to touch them because of what she's wearing.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't just sit here and say nothing about it all when it's a problem.
Yes.
Like people will be like, like what you're saying, ignore the haters and everything, and I get that, but if we don't address it straight on,
the other thing.
It'll upset people, and so many people in society don't have the courage to say, oh, you know what, I feel. But like, I'm friends with people that will get racially profiled and they won't even know they're getting racially profiled.
Yeah.
Because them words don't exist in their vocabulary. So I'm like, we need to start addressing these things head on.
Absolutely.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
We're back and having a wonderful time here with Hussain. It's absolutely amazing just to get this information from you and to share this evening with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this evening. And we didn't expect any of this at all.
No, it's amazing. Allah just, how many times a day do we go, Allah is
amazing.
We say
it amazing many times a day because it just is.
Because it happens. It's amazing. We say we don't believe in coincidence anymore. Things just happen, and you've brightened up our day, and hopefully to the listeners as well. You all. I mean, first of all, thank you for letting us come into your hearts and homes and share your evenings. But to have you here as well, Hussain, it's a joy. Thank you very, very much indeed.
You very, very kindly offered to share some of your work with us.
Yes,
okay,
of course.
And not that I want to put you on the spot, but the microphone's yours.
All right, so this is a piece I wrote called The White Rose, which is my mother's name meaning in Arabic, in English. And I wrote this a week after my mum had passed away. I miss you. No matter what they say, I miss you. I've never missed anyone the way I miss you. Our house doesn't smell the same. Our doorbell doesn't ring your name. Our home phone doesn't buzz for days. And our names don't mean our names. And you finally got one of your daughters back. I guess we had to return what you gave us, so thank you for that. But just take care of her because she's fragile and that. And she will never admit it because she's bigger than that. She had banter too, this proper East End laugh, the first of her kind, the East End me John. In my head every moment's raw. I don't know what you was, but you was everything and more. So I'm just grateful for them 26 years and everything I saw. All the love you gave me. In my hardest times you aid me. You made me and shaped me and bathed me and saved me. So yes, me John raised me. The white rose is my heart to you. I am the original mummy's boy and that is my love to you. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my mum for you. Even when she's gone, she's given me this honour. And told me when you do it, Hussain, do it proper. If you think your desires are hot, hell's hotter. And she was screaming, no, when I FaceTimed her from a chopper. I love you wherever you are. When people say, don't know, ask, I say, it's in heaven you are. So whenever you are thinking to pop back, the door's always open. The kitchen will be clean, I know you'd be hoping. But I love you, mum, and I'm not joking. How I've become this little version of you, so the hopeless one has started hoping. But I gotta go now, 'cause the bathroom window needs closing. I need to get the iron on the clothing and clean the bathroom floor, Dad's left it soaking. I'm just here to follow in your path and remember how happy you got when we went to B&Q and bought a table and chairs for your garden and grass. I just wanted to do a little campfire with you. I wanted to take you to lunch at the Ritz. I wanted you to see one of my shows. Mum, I wanted you to at least see one of my kids. And all you wanted to do was see me live. And here I am, and it is because of you. So I hope to God right now, wherever you're standing, I am standing in front of you. And even though you can't see me anymore, I still want to tell you I belong to you. But she left when I was ready. She always used to say, my Hussain is overdue. So good night, Mum. You too, son. Take care, my boy. Mum, listen, finally relax and enjoy. Because everything I do, I'll do for you. I just pray to God I get to see you soon. That's the White Rose.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow. That is incredible.
Big part of my soul.
Absolutely incredible.
Big part of my soul.
Wow. That's beautiful, man. That's really, that's cool, mate.
Have you ever seen a grown man cry?
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. That was beautiful.
I got one more.
Oh, please.
We're going to go quiet. The microphone is yours.
This is called The Morning After. When you left, you took my heart. You was everything in my future. How am I meant to accept you're about to become everything in my past? You saw me go from first grade to first class. And now I feel like I'm back in the first grade and I need to reset my first class. It's not meant to be like this. These tests are meant to last. You was meant to see me take over the world. You was meant to see me fly to Mars. And now I'm sat here screaming, Ammi Jan, Dua me yad, Kujbini ahe mere paas. Just talk to me once more, mere baat. Idhar ao bejan mere saath. Mujhe de do ek aur raat. And your funeral prayer filled the park. Sabki bande tere paas. I can speak the language, mum, you can finally laugh. Black, white, Asian, light-skinned and dark. You united the divided with your motherly spark. But mum, what have you done? You've unleashed a beast in your younger son. Now when they hear your name, they're gonna fear my tongue. Because my once upon a time has finally come. I'm used to having nothing. You see, I was raised by a nun. When they look up to the sky, they're gonna say, that's her son. He's doing it mad. He's making the madness look fun. I said, mum, what have you done? My day ones are saying they're scared now. Because I've got nothing to fear now. I'm either saying it's hair this or it's hair now. I've cleaned my bedroom windows and for the first time in my life my vision's starting to look clear now. So let them call your son Shalak. Let them see your boy's barat. Let them feel you inside me. Let them understand my mum's halat. Let them laugh and joke. Let's see who's gonna have the last mazak. Because I'm about to live my mum's dua. I said I'm about to live my mum's dua. So I will live the dreams you prayed for. Build the wells you aimed for. I never knew in life what I was made of, but I know this is what I was made for. You was a person who gave more and you took less. So blessed, I've never seen a woman look so alive when she looked dead. So for me, what's next? Well, whatever seems appealing. Me and the world have a lot in common. We both need a lot of healing. I'm not happy with the cards I was dealt, so now it's time for me to start the dealing. I've told you lot so many times. My name is Hussain, and now you need to understand its meaning. That was what was it called again? I forgot. I got so caught up in it. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, but it's all on YouTube. Yeah, if you want to.
Wow, mashallah.
What's the link to the YouTube channel?
Hussain's house.
Hussein's house.
Hussein's
Yeah,
house.
that's everything.
Brothers,
It's actually my mum's house, but
brothers, sisters,
fraud.
listeners out there, check out Hussein's house on YouTube. While you're there, press the subscribe button and press the share button.
Yeah.
Get this message out there. This is a very, very talented and enthusiastic and energetic young gentleman that's chosen to join the two old guys with beards in the Heritage Radio studio this evening, broadcasting live from the British Muslim Heritage Centre in the heart of Whalley Range in sunny Manchester.
We're blessed here to have you. It's absolutely wonderful.
No,
and
I'm
this just
blessed
fell
to
out
be
of the
with
sky.
you.
This just fell out of the sky. This is
blessed to be
absolutely
with you.
incredible. Allah just every now and again gives you little gifts, and this has just been an amazing one. Wow, thank you so much for that. That
you're
was
very
incredible.
welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
You're
having
more
me.
than welcome. And for the listeners out there, we live in an amazing time because you now have this man at your fingertips. All you have to do is go to YouTube,
Yeah.
and if you give that link once more,
Hussein's house.
Hussein's house, type in Hussein's
Instagram,
house,
YouTube.
subscribe, and then every single time something new goes up there, you get
Yeah.
to see it straight away. You get to hear it straight away, and just feel that passion and energy and beauty. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Hussein, I'm guessing you also have Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram is Hussein's_house.
Hussein's _ house.
Yeah.
And you're on Twitter.
Same thing.
Same
Hussein's
thing.
house, yeah.
Facebook, Snapchat.
No, I don't have Snapchat.
You don't have
Delete it.
Snapchat? No, okay.
Too
cool.
much. There's too much.
I know there is.
Too much.
You
man.
know,
You're talking to us.
whenever I talk about these things, it's like I'm using an alien language. I have no idea what this. I give all this to my daughters to take care of.
You know what?
Subhanallah.
On a lighter note, my favourite place to eat in Manchester is this place called YOLO Bar. It's like a burger place. Is it in Oldham? It's in Oldham. It's like this really good family-run burger place. You should check it out.
Do you know, I'm going to have to check
you
that
have
place
to
out.
check it out.
And I love the mentality of YOLO.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
it. That's it. I've been going there for years. Every time I come to
God.
Manchester, that's the only place I go.
I mean, I have to say, other burger joints are available.
But you know what as well, on the serious note as well, yeah, I was just saying, like, you both cannot underestimate the power of what you're doing. Like,
Well,
I
you
think,
know, subhanallah.
I think, like, one thing I would say to you with, like, so much heart and honesty is you can tell, like, numbers, yeah? You can be like, oh, yeah, 300 people listened, 50 people listened, 10 people listened, whatever. But you don't know how many people's lives you're changing.
Yeah.
You know,
wow.
that was a case in
that.
point. We had a comment made on one of our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And the comment was from a teacher.
Yeah.
And the teacher said, I've got many Muslim colleagues and Muslim friends, and there's all sorts of questions that I've always had about Islam, but I've never been able to find the way to bring this up in conversation with these people.
Because we don't want to upset people, don't want to offend people.
Your videos have just answered every question I've ever had.
That's it.
If that was the reason why we did this,
for that one,
job done.
For that one,
and I'm really pleased that comment came through. I'm so happy. You know, we have impacted on people's lives. I know that because of the comments that we get. And it's a truly humbling thing to have done.
It pulls your heart. It's amazing.
It actually it makes me cry inside. The fact that I've had an effect on somebody's life that can change their attitude towards this religion and the beautiful people that follow it.
The people,
subhanallah, if I can have any positive impact on people's view of Islam and Muslims, then alhamdulillah. I just want to do this for the rest of my life.
So thank you so much for your comments, because it's things like that.
It's true. Like, I understand how hard it is being in the creative industry as well. It's difficult. It's hard. Like,
Junaid,
you have.
When was the last time you wrote a poem like that?
Oh my goodness!
He talks about us being in a creative industry. No. You're on your own there, boy.
We're just coming to laugh. That's all we do.
Subhanallah. We'll leave the creative to you, and you're eminently capable. Alhamdulillah.
Wow,
those two poems have just left me speechless.
Well, I'm not one to get touched, but I was really rather affected, and thank you so much. It's amazing.
Self-expression is important, man. I feel like it's therapeutic, and we need to do it. And so much talent in the ends goes wasted because it's not nurtured right. And like, I'm just one of many, many, many talented people out there. I just happen to just keep going. But we gotta nurture that creativity, man. Like, creativity is more important than knowledge.
You know, I've been saying this and campaigning this for years. Particularly within the South Asian community, because in my experience, when they get married and they decide to have family, they don't have children, they have doctors. Don't they have doctors? That's all they want. I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be and if you can't be a doctor, be an engineer. If you can't be an engineer, become and you know, they're giving them careers as they're being born. What we need in society is we need critical thinkers. We need politicians. We need journalists. We need people that can impact on change in societies. We need people that can speak and people will listen. You know, that's what we need. Whereas doctors, it's a very, very noble craft and a very very needed craft as well. Our NHS would fall to pieces without them, and people would be more sick without them. But they cannot fix the ills in societies that we need, and it's people like you, Hussain, that does exactly that.
But you know what, as well, I graduated in a degree in quantity surveying. Like, my mum and dad wanted me to get a degree. And
that was value for money then.
It was,
every penny well spent.
And I graduated in quantity surveying, and as soon as I graduated, I said, that's it, I'm done, I'm writing poems. And they were just so shocked. They couldn't believe it. They were just like, what's wrong with him? And until you show them success. Your parents just want you to be successful, and unfortunately they believe that only forms of success do come in forms of doctors and lawyers and stuff, because they are things they could never obtain to be, because they were bricklayers and carpenters and all of that. But now I feel like we have to show, my generation especially has to show them, even yourselves, radio presenters, journalists, broadcast journalists, media agencies, media owners, media marketers, shareholders, this bam, all of that. Self-made entrepreneurs creating empires from your bedroom laptop. Like,
let's show
it can happen.
Let us show society the positive impact that Muslims have. Let's demonstrate to society in words that they can understand, in a way that they can recognise. You know, let's show society that we are brilliant people and we bring amazing things, positive things to society, and let's just show them in a way that they can get, inshallah. And you've crafted that, you've just done it, you know. Alhamdulillah.
I don't even feel like I've started.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Honestly, I'm so happy to hear you say that.
I'm not content at all. Like, I say to my friends all the time, I've done nothing. Like, I have a beautiful relationship with my closest friends, the same people I've grown up with since I was like in year 2. Something happens, like, say this moment's happened right now, it's amazing. The moment we step out the door, it didn't exist. That's it. That belongs in the past. What's next? And you can never get caught up. The moments don't belong to us either.
That's right.
Nothing does. That's right. So you cannot never get caught up. That's why I just aim to go forward and occasionally look back and see, okay, that was nice. I went past that, got past that hurdle, jumped over that obstacle. Don't want to go up. What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
So I just want to keep feet on the ground and work hard and go forward.
Yeah.
Talking of what goes up must come down, you were in a plane recently, weren't you?
In the airplane.
Yeah.
Oh, in the spaceship.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
that was my next question. Yeah.
We're gonna come on.
Oh,
We're gonna have to break for the news very shortly.
Yeah.
But I do want to cover that with you if you don't mind staying
Are we
around.
okay to keep you a little longer? Because I'm
For
conscious.
how long? Would you reckon?
Another 10 minutes,
10
inshallah.
minutes.
You sure?
Yeah.
Mashallah,
We've literally stolen this guy from his journey. He was on his own journey.
yo.
Alhamdulillah.
It'll be fine.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Welcome back. Here we are.
You're here with the two white Muslims.
With what feels like our new best friend.
Yeah.
Hussain
I hope so.
Manawar. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant.
I'm
We're gonna
new
have a
busy.
WhatsApp group in a second.
You know, when you were talking just before the news, I was reminded of, and I've no idea where this quotation's come from, but it was, somebody was saying that the 18th century... The 18th century belonged to the agriculturist, the 19th century belonged to the industrialist, the 20th century was all about tech and technology, and that being the new big thing. The 21st century belongs to the storyteller.
Wow.
And it's just what you were saying, that actually this is the ability to encapsulate people's hearts and minds and just touch people all around the world with this amazing technology is just, alhamdulillah, it's an amazing thing to be able to have access to do it in the way that you do it. Oh,
you know what's
man.
so funny? Me and Asad were talking. So Asad, for those of you who can't see him, is my friend from Manchester, and we were saying that the power of online social media and everything is so beautiful. And my audience isn't Muslim. It's so cross-cultural. It's so diverse.
Yep.
Like to the point we're talking about doing my first ever worldwide tour.
Wow.
Next
Alhamdulillah.
year. And this is something we were literally discussing 20 minutes or however long ago.
Yeah.
We were saying to go to Melbourne, Mumbai, Manhattan, and Manchester.
Wow.
They're the 4 stops that
Brilliant.
I want to do.
Yeah.
And because the majority of I get so many people from Mumbai, Melbourne, like even Bali. And like Indonesia messaging me, and it's crazy. Like I'm just a person who wrote poems from his bedroom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's no machine here. You know what I'm saying? There's no
Brilliant.
pop star. It's just real life stuff.
Yeah. But from the heart,
That's it,
extraordinary.
Made by the people for the people.
Yes. Brilliant. And once again, thank you so much. I am very... you've asked just before the news about this. Was it the... I just saw a headline.
Yeah.
The first Muslim in space?
All right. So
Hang on a minute.
Am I crossing over?
Let me just name drop another couple of people here. Yeah, because this gentleman has been in the esteemed company of none other than Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
he was in my company.
Absolutely. Yes, he knows about us. Yes.
Oh, Piers. You know who was funny? Let me tell you the other day.
Go on.
I got in the lift. And Gary Lineker got in the lift as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not. I got in the lift and Gary Lineker got in the lift. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I went, Gary. And he went, I know you. And I did an event ages ago. The world record. Yeah, the Guinness World Record. And I emailed Match of the Day and I said, can Gary Lineker do a message for the young people I work with saying good luck? And he said, yeah.
Wow.
And he done it. And I'd never met him. I'm not interested
Alhamdulillah.
or anything. And I got in the lift and Gary got in the lift. And he looked at me and he was like, and I was like, Hussain, yeah. I was like, oh, how was the video? And I was like, I can't believe you remembered.
Oh my God.
And it was like the power of like beauty and like love and realness.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Wow.
Incredible. So, yes, Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid had the pleasure of your company for a time. But just tell us the background to the story that they were covering at that time.
I entered a global competition. It was open to 90 countries and 30,000 people entered it. And it was all based on, if you could change the world, how would you change it? So I changed it. Oh, I didn't change it. I like to think I'm helping shape and heal it. I entered this competition with a selection of poems. From 30,000 people, it got taken to 300. From 300, there was final 30. In the 30, there was people from Google, Harvard, all across the world. Some of the world's most elite academics were in this, and me. Come on. And and we had to deliver a keynote speech to a global audience.
Those elite academics had no chance.
I'm going to say, was it 29 of them, one of you, they don't stand a chance.
Because, you know, my WhatsApp group were going off, all my boys were like, if you don't win, watch this, that, we're going to egg you. I was so scared. I was mad shit. So, what happened was I delivered this keynote speech in Thailand. It was a form of a suicide letter from a boy to his mum, explaining to her that he didn't want to be alive anymore, but mum was a metaphor for Mother Nature, referencing the world and asking the world to look at the cause of humanity and as to how we're letting people die every day and look past it. And then I won the competition, and the prize I won was a trip to space. So I won a commercial air flight, and then the headlines just went mad. Everyone decided writing, literally, people were writing articles I'd never spoken to before, like talking all this nonsense about me, saying that I get stopped in airports constantly, and there was a lot of things got taken out of context. But I won a trip to space. I started space training. I went on Good Morning Britain, and I went to Holland a few times. I've been to NASA. I speak to a few NASA astronauts. My space trip doesn't have a date. The company I was meant to go with went bankrupt, and now I'm speaking to a few other people who are looking to try and take me to space. But the reason I've done that was for the platform.
Yes.
I've never won anything in my life. I never won a sticker in singing assembly. You know what I'm saying? I've never won anything. So I wanted to do it.
What a thing to get in the medals on. I mean, my goodness.
It was a good one. It was a good one, and what I'm really happy about is that people look past that. They don't. They people. They look past a lot of the things I've done in my life. Like I've supported Cher, I've supported Ellie Goulding. Last week I supported Emily Sandé in Brixton, and
superb.
A lot of the people that support me don't support me for that. Yeah. They support me because of what I'm talking about, and that's what I love. Because everything else is. There's certain things you have to do to get into certain rooms to please certain people, so you can get to another stage and reach a further audience. It's like gates and gatekeepers. But I'm happy the audience sees that from me. You know, I come out the Piccadilly train station in Manchester, and some girl come up to me and was like, Hussain. I was like, yeah. She goes, wow, you look like a tramp. And I go,
none taken.
And then I go, what do you think you look like? And then she was like, yeah, I look like one too. And I was like, well, what do you expect me to look like? Prince Harry. I'm just as normal as you. You know what I'm saying? But I like the fact that I have that relationship with
actually, that she could come up and just say that.
She felt comfortable to be like, Hussain, why do you look? Yeah, you got a stain on your head. I'm like, yeah, look at your hair. You didn't brush your hair today. I guess we all got ways we can improve ourselves.
We consider ourselves fortunate to even be here, but to be in such company this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure.
A joy.
No, and I'm sure the pleasure's been all yours.
I don't know why you're saying all of this.
Saying you've now reached the pinnacle of your career. Do you understand that?
I made it.
You have been with
the two white Muslims.
Never stop what you're doing.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your kind words. We're going to play a short nasheed, and thank you once again.
Thank you once again for your time. Really, really appreciate it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah.